somebody come see me, you wouldn't believe what they've been putting me through. They put me in this prison. They didn't give me anything, no food, no water.
I can get you something, Mrs. Whitney.
What have they been trying to do to me anyway? It's been like solitary confinement. I haven't seen a soul since they put me in here last night.
I'm very sorry about that,
Well, what are they doing down there anyway? What, did they all die?
They're all very busy at the moment, which perhaps is a good thing, Mrs. Whitney, because I have something very important to talk to you about.
What?
Mrs. Whitney, I have a way of getting you out of this place.
You do? How?
I have a way, Mrs. Whitney. But like everything else in life, it has a price. This price is the truth.
As soon as I could.
Thanks. Come on in.
Well, what's wrong? There's got to be something wrong. You called me, and that never happens.
I had to talk to somebody. I thought of calling Nancy, but she's so close to Kelly. I figured she's probably blaming me for what happened.
Well, what happened?
Jim, Kelly is leaving.
Well, is he going back to Rome?
Yeah, and he's going for good this time. He's giving up his job here.
I thought he really liked his job.
I thought so too, but when he came back to the studio this afternoon, he told me that he definitely decided to leave.
Well, why are you reacting so strongly to this?
Because it's got to be partly my fault. I didn't treat Kelly very well.
Val? You don't have any responsibility to Kelly. He's a big boy. You know what the game was from the very beginning.
Yes, but I wasn't fair to him. I wasn't fair because I didn't know my own mind.
Well, that's partially my fault. Val, couldn't it have been that Kelly made up his mind before he even got to the studio and saw us kissing?
No, I don't think so. I think he made up his mind the minute he shut that door.
Oh, I see. You're feeling guilty.
I don't know how I'm feeling.
Oh, I think you do.
Then you know me better than I know myself.
I know this. You could have gotten Kelly to stay if you'd really want to.
No, I couldn't, Jim. I mean, I would have had to...
What? Make a commitment that you couldn't make?
Yeah. I couldn't do it.
You know what I think? I think you're an honest lady. That sometimes gets niceness and honesty confused.
Is that a compliment or an insult?
It's a fact. It's one of the reasons I like you so much. You still don't trust me, do you?
Does it show?
Oh, sometimes I can feel it when I'm holding you. You're kind of tentative. It's like you're not sure whether you're with the Jim Diedrichson in Switzerland or with me.
No. I only know one Jim Diedrichson.
Okay. Now, let me see. That's one veal goulash, 1 minute steak and French fries. How about you, Cliff?
Look at this. This guy gets 212 when he plays for us, but we trade him away. Now he leads the league.
You're talking about Kaczynski, right? He always hits better against us than anybody else in the league.
Sweet revenge.
Oh, well, you guys can have sweet revenge for dessert. How about ordering the main course?
Please, I'm starving.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, looks like I'm done with this.
I'll trade you for a menu.
Oh, no, I know what I want. I'll have a sirloin, well done, baked potato with sour cream, salad with house dressing, and coffee.
Oh, there is nothing I like better than a man who knows his own mind. Even a man who doesn't. You sure you don't want the newspaper?
Oh, no. A gift to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, good evening, miss. Are you alone?
Yes.
Oh, will this table be all right?
Fine.
The man who broke into the undercut gallery. The guy who stole your painting.
What about him?
Well, Dee Dee has decided to handle his defense.
She always takes on the tough cases, doesn't she?
That's how she made her reputation so quickly. She always handled the cases nobody else wanted, and she still does.
She must lose an awful lot of them.
Well, there are an awful lot of them out there. They're lining up at our door right now. I wanted you to know before you read it in the newspapers.
Me? Oh, it doesn't matter to me as long as I have my painting.
The Endicott's won't like it too much, but what does Dee Dee care?
And to tell you the truth, I'm grateful to Vince, whatever his name is, because he didn't destroy the portrait.
Have you heard the latest discoveries about the portrait, Cliff?
It's a long-lost Rembrandt. You guys are rich and you can buy me dinner.
The man said that, well, we finally had it appraised. He said it is as valuable as good wallpaper.
He didn't say that, honey. He didn't say it was bad as that. He just said it wasn't a masterpiece. Have you seen it yet, Cliff?
No, I haven't. But if you invite me up to the penthouse for dinner, then I'll be able to see it.
Look, there's an inscription on the cameo around the lady's neck in the portrait. And the word on it is Eridu.
Eridu?
Yeah, see, the man who looked at the portrait said it might have something to do with this country, the Republic of Eden.
The Republic of Eden?
Oh, my God, did you guys see this?
No, what is it?
It's right here in the second section. Monticello resident slain in New York City. A man identified as Hector Wilson of 203 East Timber Street, Monticello, was found shot to
Oh,
death.
my God, I can't believe it. But what was Hector doing in New York?
Well, I don't know, but it must have been very peculiar. It says here that he was wearing a policeman's uniform.
Policeman's uniform? Gavin, you think Hector went crazy and thought he was a real cop?
I think he was crazy pretending to be a cop.
Well, listen, maybe this is a bad time to bring it up, but, well, this might have some connection with the theater company.
Yeah. Sometimes in acting, you have trouble deciding which is real and which isn't.
Well, this is real, all right. Hector Wilson is dead. I wonder where his big brother is.
Well, I'll tell you, I've lost my appetite. Would you take me home?
Sure. You don't mind canceling the orders, do you, Sid?
No, forget about it.
Cliff, I hope you don't mind.
Oh, no, sure. Thanks. I know you feel. I'll just pay for my own meal, that's all.
See you later, Cliff.
See you, Gavin.
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. Did you want to see a menu?
No, thank you. I just remembered I have an important appointment.
Proves to be true. Raven Whitney was using Thorne to help her get out of the country.
That's right. She's still living in that dream world of hers, or I should say nightmare world. She's convinced that if she doesn't leave the country, she's going to have to face trial, maybe even prison.
Yeah, well, what did he say about it?
Well, he said that she reneged on the money that she owed him, but I think the opposite was true. Somehow those guys managed to figure out what her true identity was.
Yeah, so they knew she was Raven Whitney.
Well, they must have, because her name was on some of those travel documents they made for her. I mean, they knew she was in big trouble. They probably figured she was the one who killed her husband or something.
And then they also must have known that she was loaded.
Yeah, and I'm sure they tried to extort more money out of her.
Yeah. Those guys could have traveled long and easy for the rest of their lives on that $20 million in those negotiable bonds she was carrying.
Yeah, well, they didn't get it, that's for sure. I mean, she must have put up one heck of a fight. I think that's when the trouble started.
Yeah, well, look, did you ever get to find out anything more about Hector?
Well, I spent a lot of time trying to explain the situation to the New York police. They were going crazy trying to figure out why Hector was wearing a police officer's uniform.
Yeah, well, I wish you'd explain it to me. I mean, I know why he wore one here in Monticello, but New York?
Well, I'm sure he thought it would help him out when he went after Raven. I mean, Thorne died convinced that it was a cop who shot him.
Yeah, well, look, did he say anything more about Raven? I mean, about where she might be? Well, Tyler, you still there?
Yeah, well, Thorne told me that, I mean, the guy lied about one thing, he could be lying about something
Hey,
else.
wait a minute. You're not suggesting that he told you that she might be dead?
Yes. Look, Calvin, I'll be back to Monticello on the next flight. We'll see you later.
Hi, Oscar.
Oh, hi.
Oscar, is Dr. Kavanaugh home yet?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Right upstairs.
Good, thank you.
hi. Can I help you?
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
You know that girl who just walked in here? She looks so familiar to me. I know her from someplace.
You remember the name?
Yes, it was Jody something. Travis! Oh, that was it.
That's her.
Oh.
Hey, where do you know her from?
We went to school together.
Ah.
That elevator she took. It's private, isn't it?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Only goes up to the penthouse, right where she lives.
Well, what do you know? Jody has come a long way since school days.
Yeah.
What was your name again?
Oscar.
Thank you, Oscar.
Get in. Don't you be silly. Of course I'm going to meet her. She's right here. She's got her nose stuck in a book. She'll be just as happy about it as I am.
Happy about what?
Your big sister's coming home tonight.
Hey, terrific!
See? Did you hear that squeal of joy? That's Jody expressing her delight. Listen, that award, have you got it packed? Yeah, well, because we both want to see it, that's why. All right, I'll get the polish out, as well as the red carpet. I'll see you at the airport. I'll be the very happy man with the mustache. Okay, goodbye.
Well, she's coming home a day earlier than we thought she'd.
The convention had its last meeting this morning. All they're doing now is sitting around and celebrating. If you've ever been to a convention.
No, can't say that I have.
Ah, one of life's great experiences awaiting you. Anyway, she thought she'd rather be with us than with 500 drinking buddies.
Well, good. I'm glad, because we have a lot to tell her.
Hey, wait a minute. She's the one that's been away now. You got to give her a chance to tell her adventures in Los Angeles.
No, I will, and I want to hear about all of it, but...
Yeah, but you also want to talk about that painting, don't you?
Yeah, well, I would like to know her opinion on Eridu being part of the Republic of Eden. Oh, and that reminds me. I got this book in the library this afternoon.
Searching for Eden.
Mm-hmm.
Is it interesting?
Well, it's not exactly what I wanted. I told the librarian I wanted a book on the Republic of Eden, but she said they didn't have any. But they had this.
And what is this?
Well, it's sort of a travel book. See, it's about this man and woman who went around looking for places that might have been the Garden of Eden.
And is the Republic of Eden supposed to be one of them?
No, not exactly. I mean, not according to ancient authorities. You see, one man, however, printed that it might have been part of the mainland way, way back and broke off after Adam and Eve left the garden.
Makes an interesting story.
Well, actually, it's just a legend. I mean, this island is supposed to be very lush, full of, gardens and fruits and stuff.
Sounds very pretty.
Yeah, it does, except you don't hear much about it.
I've been hearing about it for the last 48 hours.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I get carried away, but it's just that this portrait is so fascinating. It's almost hypnotic. I can't even stop staring at it.
Well, you be careful. Remember what happened to Narcissus when he kept looking at his own reflection in the water?
No. What?
Come to think of it, I can't remember. I think he fell in and drowned.
Oh. Well, this isn't my reflection. It's just someone who resembles me. Oh, but boy, I would love to know what this lady's all about. Oh, God, I'm drained. Thank you for coming over and being with me.
I'm here for you anytime. Just call me. Okay, now you rest. I'll call you tomorrow. Bye.
Night. You mean, just because we kissed?
I know. One kiss does not make a romance.
No.
But I know now that it was more than just a kiss. So, I came over not to ask you anything as I had planned, but to tell you something.
What?
Well, your vacation or your sorting things out session, trip, whatever you want to call it, was obviously very good for your head. And my vacation was fabulous for mine. It helped me sort out what I want to do with the next part of my life.
What do you mean?
To be with my mom and dad in a city I used to call home. I'm going back to Rome, Val. Not to visit, but to stay this time.
Oh, Kelly, why?
things change. That's all. You see, for the longest time, I needed my parents very much. And now it's come full circle. They need me. So my dad's ill, but not seriously. Until he's back on his feet, Mom's gonna need my help.
I hope he's better soon. I understand you wanting to do that.
Yeah. They're in Washington, D.C. right now. As a matter of fact, Dad's at the State Department getting a new job assignment. One less strenuous than the one that he had. And it's a perfect opportunity for me to rejoin the family.
It's sudden, Kelly. What about your job at WMON? I mean, they're not going to be lost without you.
Well, I'm fine without me. The only problem I had there was getting that live children's show on the air, and with Jody's tremendous help, it's a success now.
Well, how about Mike and Nancy? They're going to miss you.
Mike and Nancy have been terrific to me. I mean, they accepted me into their home, not just as nephew, but as a son. But it's time for me to leave and let them go ahead and live their own lives.
I bet they don't feel that way.
Let's just say it's time for me to go where I'm needed, huh?
Kelly, I don't know what to say.
We've said it all. I'll miss you, Val.
Jim?
No, it's Sky Whitney.
Please, go away.
I'd like to speak with you, Val. Please, it's important.
But I'm exhausted.
I'll just be a few minutes. I promise. Thank you.
You realize you're one of the reasons that I went away.
Yeah, I had thought that might be the case, that you were hoping that while you were gone, I might just disappear.
Yeah, actually, I was hoping that, and I was hoping that you would take that woman with you.
Nope, still here. So's Libby. So's Hazel Weston.
Who?
Hazel West. Oh, you knew her when she was Hazel Kirby, that's right. Well, believe it or not, she actually got someone to marry her.
Well, what are you talking about? What does Hazel have to do with anything?
Of course, the marriage didn't last, and after having seen Hazel again, I can understand now why.
You saw Hazel?
Yes, we had a really interesting chat. It opened up my eyes about a number of things. We talked about, your holiday in St. Moritz, your holiday that you just took.
You're not making any sense.
Of course, you had to leave town. You were afraid that I might find out the truth.
The truth? Well, what truth is that?
That you were in this together with Jeff Brown, weren't you?
It'll be while I've been gone, haven't you? You know, I didn't even know that Hazel was in Monticello.
You know, neither did I. It was really quite ingenious of Libby, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm sure that Libby was very ingenious. And I'm sure that she and Hazel took to each other right away, didn't they?
See, Hazel was the fourth witness in St. Moritz. There were you, and me, and Jeff and her. And she told us all about the rendezvous that you had with Jeff.
The what?
You really were doing that, weren't you? Meeting with him clandestinely while you were seeing me at the same time.
The man that I was seeing in St. Moritz also died there. He was shot to death on a mountain slope, remember?
You know the man was killed in Switzerland was your friend Jeff.
Please go. Look, your 5 minutes is up, and my patience was up a long time ago.
The two of you really conspired, didn't you? To have Jeff take my life away from me.
If you don't go, I'm going to call the police. Listen, you can tell them all about this conspiracy. I'm sure they'll be happy to hear it.
You were in it just as deeply as Jeff was, weren't you? You and that woman who calls herself Mrs. Schuyler Whitney.
Spencer, I have no idea what you mean.
I've been investigating your situation since you left the house, Mrs. Whitney. I know that the key to your case is the statement made by this man, Lance Halliday, also known as Johnny Gentry.
It was an accident. This Lancer Johnny, or whatever his name is, he framed me.
And if he had told the truth, you never would have been indicted for murder?
No, never.
Mrs. Whitney, What if I told you that I had a confession from Johnny Gentry? A written statement saying what actually happened that night?
Oh, my God, Spencer. Give it to me.
Not yet, Mrs. Whitney.
Spencer, give it to me. You have no idea how important that thing is. That's the only thing that will get me safe again.
Yes, I know how important it is, Mrs. Whitney, but like I said, everything has its price.
You want money? Whatever you want. Please, what do you want?
You can have Gentry's confession if you'll tell me the truth about Schuyler Whitney.